Let's get this podcast underway.
Hello and welcome to GQHQPQ. My name is Kirsty and I am your live reporter in the field, currently in Glasgow. Joining me from the studio today is our always bright and cheerful weatherman, Louis. How is the weather in your area, Louis?
Damp. Thank you.
It's an in-depth answer. Also in studio is our lead sound engineer, Scott. How is it sounding today?
Yeah, good, thanks.
Good, great to hear. Also joining me is our business editor, Goose. What's the biz with you?
Things are looking up in the stocks.
Hot news just in. I have received word that spring is officially here, and that means baby Highland cows. Let me explain the scenes I am seeing here. They're everywhere. They're all over the fields. The big ones, they're lying down. The little ones, they're also lying down. Some of them are ginger. Some of them are a darker ginger. And there's one that's white as well.
That's great news for the Highland cows. Honestly, I can't. Can we please get the recording of Louis when we get the intro of the cheery weatherman? And he's sitting looking so glum.
Because it's damp, and as we know, weather people hate damp.
No one likes damp.
No one likes damp.
No. That's where mold comes from.
Exactly.
Right, so I need, to go back. Where are the Highland cows? I don't understand. You said there's Highland cows.
Yeah, right. So yeah, in Pollock Park, the country park in the south side of Glasgow, they've got Highland cows. Keep Highland cows there, and they've just had babies.
Is that like they've got other animals there, or is it just like an open?
No, it's just, well, I mean, there are deer that live in the park, but the deer are just free roaming.
So
the cows are like
nature
owned.
reserve.
Penned.
Yeah, the cows are penned. There are a few fields they move between, but they've had their sort of first round of babies of the year. They'll have another round of babies later on. They kind of mate throughout the year. Do you know Highland cows live to be like 20 years old?
Oh wow.
It's pretty old for a cow.
I couldn't tell you how old a cow lives to. I thought
That's quite old for a cow. I think.
I would have thought cows lived quite old.
Not as old as that.
Yeah, I mean, yeah. Some cows live quite old. Some don't. How old, Scott?
Are cows old?
Ark.
Cow can live for around 20 years. For
Hey.
commercial
Aw.
systems, she will be culled at 6 years old.
Yeah, it's there.
On average, 3.
The average age is probably pretty low, so those
give
outliers really stand out.
And give birth from 2 to 3 years old.
Okay, how old does sheep live?
We heard sheep the other day when I was out for a walk, and we were nervous. We were very responsible country walkers. Put Bernie back on his lead as soon as we heard sheep.
Well done.
Because then we thought,
Very, very good.
we don't really want Bernie to,
Stress out livestock.
I was going to say kill a sheep, but yeah.
Yes.
Would he
That's
have chased one down?
Quite stressful.
Does
We
he go
don't-
for things?
He goes for birds at the moment. Like, he really goes at birds, and we're really trying to train him to not jump at birds. This is my puppy, by the way, in case anyone's wondering. I'm not talking about a child. And so, just in case anyone thinks I'm putting a lead on my child. I don't have a child. So, yeah, no, he does. He'll go at birds, but he's never caught one or anything like that. But yeah, we heard sheep buying, and we were like, can't see them. Put the lead back on. That's in case he sees them.
10 to 12
That's very
years for sheep.
sensible.
Okay,
10 to 12 years.
that's good.
You must be joking.
Goats, higher or lower?
Higher.
Higher.
15 to 18.
Yes.
There we go.
Horses,
Higher.
25 to 30.
Yes,
Well,
okay.
this is a game we could play for the rest of the podcast.
Yeah, forget the percentages.
Any kind of number-based guessing game, we're there.
Yeah. That was... Oh, Geese is a good shout. That was a good intro. I really enjoyed that.
Yeah, that's
This would be great.
very professional.
Well written, well performed.
No, that was fun to say. Thank you, Goose.
Honestly, I got the giggles as soon as I saw Louis' face. Because I knew I'd set him up with the whole like cheery weatherman. And you also plastered on a smile just when it's...
when his name was... Geese, Canada Goose, 10 to 24 years. Swan Goose, that is 20 years.
That's quite old. I
I'd
wouldn't
like-
have thought they
that's a-
lived that
It's
old.
a big range, 10, 24.
10 to 24 years. That does seem like a big range.
According to the World Almanac, the life expectancy of a goose is from 200 to 300 years. From NewYorker.com.
Yeah, seems legit.
I would just love it if it was just said geese, because geese have like everyone's terrified of geese because they're just like really like vicious and horrid. It's like if it was just like geese just exist. they're not born.
Like lobsters.
Yeah. No one
Yeah.
knows where they come from.
They're eternal.
They are just items that exist in the world.
Wow,
It's like that
the
people
world's
used to
furniture.
think like barnacle geese were called barnacle geese because they kind of thought that they came from barnacles.
Yeah.
Well, also that was an excuse to so that you could eat them, because then they were fish technically and not birds.
I didn't know that.
Okay, that's good.
The ruling power is saying you're not allowed to eat birds.
Yeah, it's to do with like Catholicism,
Yeah,
isn't
so
it?
you can have your meat at the weekend.
Oh,
Yeah,
right. So
yeah.
they had goose meat. There is
Yeah,
that
so you can eat a barnacle goose. It's a
There's
fish.
a big section on QI at one point where they talk about people wiping their bums with birds, and one of them is the neck of a goose is the best thing to do it with. And
Yeah, I'd believe that.
one of the jokes is, why do you think he's just so angry all the time? It's like they've been subjected to years of this.
Yeah, I would not want to
Ooh.
put a goose's face anywhere near anywhere I needed to wipe. Thank you.
No, I
they
feel-
bite.
Yeah, I just don't think it'd be a very enjoyable experience in any
For
way.
anyone,
No.
No, Charmin for me, I'll take a beer.
Noticeably less aggressive bears.
Yeah.
Is it me?
Oh, sorry, I hadn't seen we got onto this bit.
Oh, we skipped 2 bits in one go.
Did we? No, we didn't.
Yeah, I didn't see us skip to the next bit.
We didn't. We skipped over 2 pretty quick.
And I also,
Yeah.
do we do your
That
name?
was me doing a late click.
Right.
Oh,
We
right,
can
no
do the
worries.
next part.
Right, people, I have seen something I need to explain to you all that has I only recently come back to fruition, or not fruition, like just edified my life. That when I was younger, I was absolutely convinced that Skittles didn't have different flavors, and people used to just be like thought I was crazy for saying this, and genuinely like, no, they definitely do have different flavors. Like they're different colors, of course, different flavors. And a revelation came out in my life recently that they technically don't have different flavors; they have different smells. So, have you seen this piece of news?
No.
Yeah.
Oh, you looked it up now?
This article from 18th of December 2020. Yeah, says, so Skittles have different fragrances and different colors, but they all taste exactly the same.
The stuff in the
Was-
inside
was
of
the
Skittles,
person-
it's all the same.
Oh,
just a
the
question.
inside.
Was
Yeah,
was the
presume so.
person that was tasting it?
I presume they
we're
just, they
talking-
just paint them a different color. They just paint them.
But you always assumed they were the same flavor on the inside.
Yeah.
Mm,
Kirsty, what was
but
your point?
smell.
Yeah.
Thank you, Scott. Thank you. 18th of December 2020. That's awfully near the if someone's presuming it all tastes the same, maybe that's not a
I get you.
science. Maybe
COVID
that's
symptom.
maybe that's
Yeah.
a COVID symptom.
Supposedly,
But
Skittles
smell's
confirmed
part
it.
of taste, though.
Yeah.
But
anyway,
I wouldn't
so-
call it flavor. If you were talking what flavor is the red one?
But how can
Same.
they add different fragrance without
Without
making
affecting
it taste
taste.
different?
It's on
Yeah.
the shell, I think, that they put it on.
Well, then it does
Do
taste
you-
different
yeah,
then
Do you
because the
shuck your
shell.
Skittles?
I'm sure I've done a blind taste test with Skittles when I was younger. I was like, there was no way
Sugar.
you could tell the difference.
Sugar. Well, on the packet they say different words
Yeah.
around
It
them.
doesn't say flavor there. It might say scent. I'm like, it's been a big part of my life that I have had to it's like, what this feels like to me in my life. Like Lost. When you watched all of Lost, I don't know if any of you actually managed to get through all of Lost. And the feeling at the end was just like, well, I'm just going to let that go. And just pretend that I didn't just waste 10 years of my life on a show that I absolutely hated at the end of it. And this is how I feel about Skittles now. But now feels like rejuvenation. I love Skittles, and I can feel happy that I love Skittles because I was right when I was younger. That's all I had to say.
I don't know though, because I saw something recently that said that the American Skittles are changing one of their flavors.
Well, their
To-
purple one isn't
Yeah.
blackcurrant; it's grape, is it not?
Yeah,
And what are they changing?
I think they're changing it to
Blackcurrant.
blackcurrant. I think was
Okay.
I think eventually it'll join everyone else.
Although blackcurrant to grape, I would say it's quite a difference.
Yeah. I can't remember the last grape flavored thing I had.
I don't really
flavor is
feel.
quite big in America.
Yeah, I've never understood it.
No.
Because in my mind, grape flavor is wine.
Yeah.
Wine is grape flavor, and we have a whole suite for that. Wine gums.
Yeah.
Are you not a fan of wine gums?
They're okay. They wouldn't make the top 10.
Well, that was. Do you remember doing the sweet draft?
Yeah.
All I ever remember of that sweet draft was getting to the end of it and Kirsty going, every single sweet that went past. Oh, I wanted that one.
Well, I did.
wanted that one.
I did. It was really, really tough for me to number them.
That was a fun draft. And having to explain to my family, it was like Christmas as well, was it not? Did we not do it?
Yeah.
Like having to explain to my family going downstairs and being like, I have just been picking sweets on Twitch.
I've just gone on to Skittles.com, and it was the worst experience of putting your age in that I've ever had. Because instead of putting numbers, I was pressing like 2 because my birthday is on the 2nd, and it just went -1.
What?
Minus 11. Yeah, I don't know. But do you want some Skittles facts? According to skittles.com/fun-facts.
Yeah, please.
Fact number 1.
Can we guess any of them?
All right. I'll leave a word out, and you have to guess what word that is.
1.
1 out of every 9 blank is after your Skittles. Stay vigilant.
1 out of
How racist is
1
this?
out of every 9 blank is after your Skittles. None.
Rainbow.
The answer is none.
Not rainbow. Louis?
1 out of every 9
9 blank.
Children.
geese.
Okay, all wrong. 1 out of every 9 emojis.
What?
Fact number 2.
What? No, sorry. What does that mean?
1 out of every 9 emojis is after your Skittles. Stay vigilant. I'll go through the next couple, and then you'll realize that these are absolute bullshit facts.
Whoa.
Fact number 2. Omnomomivores love Skittles. Fact number 3. Termites eat wood because squirrels don't share their Skittles. Fact number 4. Skittles love their fans, but they prefer not to sign autographs. Fact number 5. Leonardo da Vinci originally painted the Mona Lisa with Skittles, but she looked too happy, so then doesn't finish. 6, 7, 8. I'm not going to read anymore.
So you used what? Like a different type of sweet? A double-decker?
We all know what happens.
Oh, wow. Okay.
Well, Skittles
Thanks.
has false information.
Skittles. Our products.
Fake news.
Thank you for that.
They don't have that many products, do they?
Skittles. Right, I can name 2 other Skittle products.
They're in 2 categories, so...
Oh.
Ice cream? No.
Yeah, they've got
They've got
those
Skittle
ice
ice cream.
lolly type things. Yeah.
Frozen products?
They've also got Skittle Giants without shells. They have Skittles with no shells, and then they have Skittle chewing gum, and Skittles Giants with shells and Skittle Giants without shells. I think they have as well.
Okay, none of those are on. They got different flavors
Robins.
of chewy ones.
Oh, they have sours.
and
as
then
well.
they've got
Sour ones, yeah.
gummies.
Gummies.
Oh.
Skittles gummies. This is a bad website.
Yeah.
Well, Skittles, if you want to get in
Ooh.
touch, we'd really like to know if you can confirm that. Would you call your Skittles different flavors? I don't think you could. Here's a
It's
question,
true.
right? If you made a cake, 2 cakes identical, and then put icing sugar on top that was different flavors, would you call them different flavored cakes?
Yeah.
Maybe. Yeah.
Mm,
Yeah.
I
'Cause
don't
that's-
think you would.
Well, because normally also like whatever the flavor of the icing is will be the flavor of like the filling
Okay,
bit if
maybe
it's like a
that-
sandwich
maybe
cake.
that does
So
seem fair, doesn't
If
it?
you had a cupcake with pink icing and a cupcake with brown icing,
one's chocolate.
yeah, you wouldn't say, "Oh, these are both chocolate."
No. But you'd say the cake is the same. It's Victoria sponge.
Yeah, but you
It's a
wouldn't
cupcake.
call. You wouldn't. Yeah, it's a cup. That's true. It's a cupcake. You would call
Okay.
it by whatever the.
I'm
Like I
still-
mean, also like red velvet and chocolate. Those are 2 separate colors, but pretty much the same flavor.
Okay. I mean,
But I don't want to know how they can make a different fragrance without, because you're going to change the makeup of like.
the internals.
Yeah.
No, the internals are not part of the shell. Shell's a shell.
No, but it's still like it doesn't matter if the shell's different or not.
I'm
If
sure.
they're adding or taking away something, it has to.
Look, I'm
right?
sure there's an old Bon Appetit video where Claire makes Skittles.
Maybe.
Probably.
Yeah, so you can go back and watch that, which takes you through all the steps.
That's all our homework.
Maybe that's why I'm not really reeled in by the magic here, 'cause
you knew it already.
I've seen these videos before.
He's been spoiled.
yeah, everyone knows this, right?
The internet's stolen his innocence once again.
So I'm just going to double check now. Have we done enough to get Skittles sponsorship now? Is that what
I mean,
I think we're
probably-
further away.
Yeah, I can cut the facts
at
bit
this
out. As
point.
long as they're not watching live, that'll be fine.
Favorite color? What's your favorite color, Skittle? Then, if it's not flavor, what's your favorite color?
Red. Red's my favorite color. Very
okay.
sweet.
Okay.
Red. Always strawberry. And that's why I married Alice, because her favorites are orange and green.
Oh, same. Oh, Alice is
and
good.
blackcurrant, and purple.
Mm-hmm.
And then in the middle there is something else. Yellow.
The blue Skittles?
No.
There are in the sour ones, though, aren't there?
But sour sweets are like
Different.
the worst.
Love a bit of sour. I'd say maybe purple.
Yeah.
Yeah, I can go with purple.
Or orange or green.
Brilliant.
I like green, orange, and yellow. They're my top.
Narrows it down. That's good.
And Louis known for a long time they're all the same, so he doesn't care.
Yeah.
Jam them in my mouth. Don't even care. You're like my dad when we get a thing of chocolates.
It's very accurate.
No, I absolutely know it is. You're like my dad when we get a big tray of chocolates and you get it for Christmas, and you all go round and it's like, right, you get 2 each, and so everyone looking through the little
Read
menu,
the back of the
like, read it. Oh, praline. You gonna try a praline one? Oh, hazelnut. How interesting. Yeah, okay. Oh, there's a coffee one. Right. If it gets my dad first, it just grabs 2 and jams them in his mouth. And it's like, this is the worst thing.
All comes out the same
Why
way.
have you done this? And then it's like, oh, I was going to try one of those praline ones. Dad, did you have one of them? It's like, I don't know.
Not chocolate. Skittles, yeah, because we all know Skittles taste the same.
We don't
Hadn't
all
we?
know that.
I don't know if I trust that still. I
Clearly
still
we
think they
don't.
taste
Right.
different.
Next podcast that we're all in for, we're doing a blind taste test.
All right, let me write that down.
Fine. It's happening. Because Scott and Kirsty are non-believers. Louis doesn't believe in anything. And
Yeah.
apart from his accurate weather predictions.
Yeah, you just wait. It's going to get damp soon.
Oh, that's not a cheery weather prediction.
Like, I don't make the weather. All right. Well, we've covered Goose's revelation for the week.
That's me done.
Yeah, he's going to leave now. We're going to go back to 3 people. Yeah, we got the percentage game coming up. So all the numbers you've been putting in the forums over the past day or so, this is where it all comes into play, into fruition here. So even if you're just tuning in now, you can access the forum. Your stuff will be counted for whatever one you get in for. So yeah, fire on in, get involved, everyone. And we're gonna have a little video. No?
Hope so.
Okay, we're gonna.
And just to be clear for all you listening to the podcast at home, it'll come across as an audio for you.
Yeah.
Anyway,
That's
yes.
quite an invasive thing. If you're forced to watch a video. At home.
We're beaming it to behind your eyelids.
Okay, everyone, we've got the percentage game. Goose, explain it to us.
The percentage game runs as follows. There are 5 quiz questions that have been asked to thousands of teams that have taken part in our online and real-life pub quizzes. Those competing in the percentage game must guess the percentage of teams that got the answer correct. Whoever gets the closest to the actual percentage gets the most points, and the further away you are, the fewer points you get. The audience answer is taken as an average and is made up of anyone who's filled out the form prior to the game. The winner after 5 questions is the one with the most points. If you want to contribute to the audience average, keep an eye on the social medias as we will release the entry form with the questions a day before the next podcast recording.
Wow, one take.
That was one take.
Loved it.
I didn't realise how quite far up I was looking in the video, though.
I shouldn't have projected
and
onto
through
the,
the
onto
camera.
the ceiling.
We need to do a better auto cue system.
Yeah, some
do
cue
what we-
cards.
But we'll put the we'll have a little cutout, and then we'll put the camera through the middle of it, and you can read all around it.
Nice.
When we first started the quiz, I made up presentation slides that had a space for the camera to go, so when we were reading the questions, it would look normal. Yeah, and we don't do that anymore. So Scott, step things up. You know, that was the first night.
All right, everyone. Yeah, well explained, Andrew. That was very good. Everyone around me has got their whiteboards and pen, and Kirsty's got
I got a bit of paper.
bit of paper. Okay, nice. For people taking part live on Twitch, you guys know what to do. People taking part in home as well, just write your numbers down. Let us know how you got on. Shout them out wherever you are in the bus. or walking around.
It makes it sound like we only beam this to one bus.
With a mouthful of Skittles.
just a place, one bus. It all
That
goes
bus
to.
is the party
The
bus,
Twitch bus.
the Venga bus.
Like a listen party.
Yes, so we've got 5 questions. Whoever's closest to gets the most points, etc., etc. By the end of it, we'll go over the standings, and then we can do the bonus overall standings too at the end as well.
After 5 weeks. It's
After
exciting.
5 weeks, which is enough to notice a pattern. So, question 1.
Nightmare.
So,
There's too many beans on the line.
answer and percentage. Question 1. Which country has a higher population, Italy or Spain? So, question 1. Which country has the higher population, Italy or Spain? For question 1.
Oh, no.
That bit was almost going to be real easy to edit down.
Scott, can we get it on the screen?
Oh, yes.
Oh, we've got a little bit of mismatch.
It's only little. Scott.
Do you want me to have a quick go at fixing this?
No, let's go through them all.
Scott
Do you
edits
have to change the sizes of them for the next ones?
Down there.
Yeah, so
In the
whatever
corner.
sizes they are now, they need to be at that size for the next one. So you need to increase Scott's size.
That's like audience.
Oh, I'm not convinced.
Okay, look at this. Nice. Yeah, so stick your answers in the chat, your guesses as well.
No. I think the audience could be firing now as well. People get it now.
People know.
People understand it now. The first few weeks was easy, but now I think the audience are getting it.
People are smart. Dangerous. Very dangerous bunch. All right.
Right, I'm leaving it at that. So first thought, I'm going for it. I've not had enough beers yet.
Okay, so answers, percentages, turn them around, show everyone who's taking part here.
Oh no.
Right. Okay. So we'll start with you, Kirsty. You said
España.
yeah, and
67.
67. And Goose, you said
Spain,
yeah, and
71%.
71. And Scott,
Also Spain. 75%.
75%. Okay.
Did everyone else feel that was... I struggled with that question in the first place.
Because,
I guessed.
Yeah, I went just based on size.
Yeah, I thought Spain was bigger.
Land mass.
But we don't even know if we're right yet or not.
No.
No, we don't.
But then I tried to put my percentage that quite high because it's a 50-50.
Yeah.
And even if
Okay,
even if
yeah.
my answer's wrong, a lot of people
just
could be
don't
right.
know.
But all of us did think it was Spain. So if it's not Spain, then it will be a lower percentage.
Yeah, we've got people taking part. Yeah. Oh, yeah. Oh, a bit of a range here. So you want the answer first of all for this one?
Yes, please.
Yeah.
So it is.
Oh no.
It is Italy for this one, and we'll get people's guesses up. So we'll just show everyone in a second. So let's see. There's Kirsty's 67. We've got the 71 and the 75 there too. The actual for this one. So we've got 67, 71, 75. The actual came out at 71.4.
Oh, yes!
So he's quite close. He's quite close for that one.
Sorry.
I can't believe I'm in
This
second place.
This has all been made so much more tense from that prediction before this.
We should say that there's a prediction thing on Twitch where you can kind of guess, and Goose wanted everyone to guess if Goose was going to win or not win.
That wasn't why Louis put that in.
Not right.
For some jeopardy. So right now he's winning for the first question. So yeah, Italy is the answer. Goose is the closest. We'll see what the audience
Oh,
average
if the audience is
is.
sick, this is the worst moment.
Oh.
No, wait, no. But but they can't be closer because I said 71% and it's 71.4. It must be. Oh no, it is. Oh no!
They're 0.1 away.
Cannot believe
Yes. So from that reaction, the audience is 71.5. Goose went for 71, and the actual was 71.4. So a 0.1 away from the audience average. Big round of applause for people taking part at home. That is close. You could not be any closer without getting it bang on.
I'm not unhappy to be third at that. So.
Absolutely slid right in there, the audience did.
Just gonna shoehorn myself in here.
Yeah.
Well done, well done. I just looked it up.
It's like 10 million difference.
12.4 million.
Yeah.
So give yourself a point,
Difference.
Louis.
Yeah, yeah.
I can't believe this has happened.
Yeah. But
Hey.
Italy is about 1.7 times smaller than Spain.
Yeah.
Okay, so-
densely
so-
populated.
Yeah. So we all just went landmass, essentially, is what we
Yeah.
did.
Rookie mistake.
I cannot believe this has happened.
Good precedent.
Yeah, so we can get the scores as well for that one. So Kirsty gets 1 point.
That's so upsetting.
Scott gets 2 points. Goose gets 3 points. Audience gets 4 points.
That is the hardest fought 3 points I think I'll ever get. So that was by what, 0.4, I suppose. No, by well, they were 0.1 away.
Yeah, and you were 0.4 away.
And 0.4 away. So by 0.3 really.
Good teamwork, everyone. Well,
Yeah.
well
believe
negotiated
that.
behind the scenes. Good stuff.
Yeah, well played audience.
It's almost as close as you can get without just being bang on.
Mm.
Especially because the audience do get decimal points and
Yeah.
we don't. We're not allowed to write decimal points. I think I've put a blocker into it now. So we couldn't even do it if we wanted to.
Whole numbers only.
And that's it.
Whole numbers
In
only.
this house, it's whole numbers only.
Let's just take a quick break and I'll just fix that the text thing that's going on. We can either take a break in the live stream or
Yeah,
wherever.
we'll do that. All right. Sorry, everyone. Technical difficulties. We'll be back in a little bit.
Okay, sorry for the short break. We were just getting sorted for. Sorry,
Oh no.
we're just having the big technical meltdown of everything.
Hey everyone.
Putting out fires.
We've these opinion things are all pretty one-sided because Scott's got something to bring to the table.
For this one,
A revelation.
well, I have. We had Pringles came up in our week this week because it was used as a tiebreaker question, and I really want to I want to know the answer.
Right. So
So we do tiebreaker questions at the quizzes every so often. Whenever there's like two teams at the top that are tied, when we do a tiebreaker question, it'll usually be a number that we want for the end of it. So the traditional one that we always do is, what's the length of Titanic in meters?
yeah,
Which is what, 208 meters?
I can't remember. I know what the weight of it is.
Right. In
52,310 tons.
right.
Not full. I assume it's very heavy now.
Okay. Is that with people on it or not?
Well, I guess it's just the structure.
Right.
Not full of food, and because there's probably like a few like bananas and stuff.
Yeah,
on it.
yeah.
But the tiebreaker yesterday was, according to Insider.com, because you have to clarify,
Yes.
how many Pringles are in a tube? Just the standard size
Right,
tube.
so I
not,
went-
not one of the like little travel ones, not the big 1 meter ones that you can get in Italy, apparently.
You can get 1 meter ones in Italy.
That could have been a dream I had.
The good life.
Yeah.
Ugh.
Did you guess?
What a dream.
I think I said 200s.
Yeah, you said 200. Goose, you said 82.
82.
Kirsty, what are you saying?
I would say somewhere in the high hundreds.
The high.
Like the one, like
900?
no, yeah, no, that's in the meter one. No, like I don't know, like 180 or something. I'd say close to 200. I wouldn't say exactly 200 though.
The way I worked it out, or I tried to work it out in my head, was I would say, right, so 1's quite thin, and then 2, you can see the thickness, and then 4, you can really actually start to see the thickness. And then I did that double again to 8, and then 16, and I multiplied that by about 5, because I think that's roughly how many there's in there.
Okay.
And that's roughly how I got to my number.
Like a Pringles tube's like.
I just
Trying to think
guessed.
about how.
200 grams.
Oh.
92, apparently.
Oh.
Like, that's, I am not far off
Yeah,
there.
you're 2 mouthfuls off.
Yeah.
Yeah, well,
That's
Would you
right,
eat them? Would you eat them by themselves?
I
or
ate by 2s.
2s?
Yeah.
like 6 at a time.
Yes.
I do a
Do
mix
you?
of both. Sometimes
You're
I'll have one.
You're such a
Sometimes I'll
savage,
have-
Louis.
Sometimes more.
Sometimes more. Are you a 2 at a time, Kirsty?
I'm there for the crunch.
I'm a mix. Sometimes I'll have a single. Sometimes I'll have a bunch. I like to mix it up. I like to keep them on their toes. They don't know what's coming.
I think I'm the same. I like to I'll satisfy myself with like just a big chunk, and then I'll graze on a
Someone has
couple
a little
of-
nibble.
Yeah,
Yeah.
just a couple individuals.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Also, because you get more of the flavor that way. And you have them
True.
individually, I think.
It is a bit of a waste of the flavor.
However,
That good salty flavor.
Sorry, the
What a waste-
fragrance. They all
what a-
taste the same.
What
Yeah.
a waste! What a waste
yeah,
of
it's just
salt.
the colour
It's
of
just-
the outside of the packet.
Yeah,
It
they
makes-
just that's all they do. They scent the outside of the packets,
So-
the shell of the Pringles.
I had a revelation recently about Pringles. And it's actually not about Pringles. It's actually that I prefer a non-brand version of Pringles.
Stacks.
It's
No,
from
that's the Walker.
The little one.
it's the little ones.
Yes.
Are they called
Potato-
snacks or something like that?
Yeah,
potato
they're
snacks.
good.
They're
Ooh.
so much better.
They're a bit
Yeah.
more dense, though. No?
I don't know what it is, but
I
there's
think they
some-
have more flavor on them.
Yeah, there's something about them which is better, and I can't get over how much better I find them. And the even better thing about them is they are a broader tube, and because Pringles are not for fat hands, as I have found out, because I can't get my hand past like the thick bit of my hand. Can't
So
get
after you
anything.
go through maybe like 18 Pringles,
Yeah, or then it's like, and then
Yeah,
everyone
tipping
hates to do the pour until someone told me that you're meant to mix put a piece of paper in.
not meant to put a piece of paper.
Well, that's
you
one of the
can.
ways you can
no,
do
no,
it.
that's one of those stupid things that people do, and they're like, life hack. This is how this was
Yeah.
designed. It's like, no, just because you can doesn't mean that's how it was designed.
Scott, calm down.
Like when chopping boards have like a handle, it's to hold or to like hang it
Not
up.
to push the
It's not
things
to
through.
put. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah. Anyway,
Or
fake-
people do that thing
fake
with the
life
spoon
hacks.
at with the thing at the end of the pan. Have you seen that one? Where they like you put the wooden spoon into the end of the pan and it sticks upright. It's like no, then just the
Oh.
thing drips down onto your handle of the pan. The worst
Yeah.
place for it to be.
With Pringles, I'll get them like nice and gentle, lie them over, and then do like a little,
Ah.
kind of like, and then you can just like slide them out.
I just don't understand why Pringles have a lid because there's not many times I'll sit down and not eat the whole packet of Pringles in one go.
I mean, they should have both ends as the plastic cap.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But no, I'm going to say hopefully we've done enough now to get a sponsorship from Lidl, but or Aldi. I can't remember which one it is.
Oh,
It's the little one.
It's the
I'm
little
almost
one.
100% sure it's the little
want to
one.
get them mixed up. That might have cost you.
We have two which are equidistant from our house. We live like right between we're in a war zone.
That's a prime position there.
We've also got
You can pick and-
Sainsbury's
pick and
right in
choose.
front of us as well.
I'm just gonna write down Pringles blind taste test.
Okay.
Oh yeah, I mean I would definitely know the difference between these two.
Yeah.
Like 100%. Like there's no issue with
Wow.
I mean, the whole texture is different as well.
ASMR fans.
that. Ready for the crunch and the chew?
Oh, next
Pringles
week.
and Skittles.
And people have to guess how many. Is it single, 2, 3, 4,
This sounds like
Oh,
a.
from the crunch.
5,
This sounds like a Taskmaster
6?
That would be great. fun.
live challenge here.
This would be great fun. This would be a great fun.
All right, we'll do one food episode. So then, if people hate either watching or listening to people eat, they can just
Avoid it.
skip that.
Yeah.
I'm sure we've got some in the canon for Pringles for questions we've done about Pringles, and I don't know if we've done any about Skittles though.
A Pringle cannon.
I reckon we probably have. Brilliant. I reckon we probably have done some about Skittles. We surely have.
Well, there's I don't know if there's a rule in a question, but old mate, apparently, who invented Pringles is buried in a Pringles can.
Just a really big Pringles can.
Buried in it.
Yeah,
There's ashes in it.
yeah,
Oh right.
and then buried.
Because
Oh, I just imagined a human-sized Pringle can.
it would seem inappropriate if it wasn't a human-sized Pringle can to try and get him in there.
Okay. Is the foil in there too?
Probably sealed for freshness.
That's good. That's
And you know,
good.
once you pop, you just can't stop being dead.
Yeah, question 2. We'll move on. Question 2. So everyone taking part wherever you are around the world.
Sorry if we offended the Pringles empire.
We're knocking or burning bridges everywhere.
It said no Skittles sponsorship, no Pringles sponsorship. What next? What next?
This is how we cut down all the people that want to be sponsors for us. You know.
Question 2. Question 2. Let me just get it up. Answer percentage. Question 2. The Silmarillion is a collection of works from which famous fantasy fiction author? So, question 2. The Silmarillion is a collection of works from which famous fantasy fiction author? For question 2. There we go. On screen. Answer percentage. People taking part wherever you are. Take part. Okay. Who will someone get snaked again? The audience on a hot streak. So many questions.
I'm really interested to know what people know about this. If people know it. I think I've gone too high.
Okay.
Far too high. Wait a second. No, I need to think.
Oh, second guessing.
No, I'm keeping at it. My first one's what I wrote down. I'm keeping at it.
Okay, I haven't got an answer and a percentage.
Yeah.
Yeah, nice. No. Okay, so show me what you got. Right.
Oh, and I said the wrong thing.
Wow. Wow.
Wait,
okay.
is it? Am I wrong?
Let's run through what people have put here. So, Kirsty, you've said
Tolkien in a little love heart, and 98% with little love hearts.
98. Scott, you said
Also, Tolkien, 87%.
yeah, Tolkien 87. Goose, you said
C.S. Lewis.
Yeah.
With 83%.
And 83%.
Is it Tolkien?
You know how the game works.
I guess we'll see.
Oh, is it? Yes.
Hey.
J.R.
I've gone too low.
Junior.
And clearly I didn't know. So.
Junior. Yes. If you like lore, what a book for you.
I keep on getting something on Instagram. Someone telling me Tolkien, like Lord of the Rings lore. And I'm like, oh, I don't care.
You keep getting someone telling you.
Like it's like a reel on Instagram, and it's like some guy just telling you lore from like.
Oh yeah, I
Lord
get
of
that
the
as well. I
Rings.
like it.
No, I don't mind that. Actually.
Just subscribe to it.
Yeah.
Goose is getting spammed.
What
with
I'm actually getting more of it because I keep watching it.
In the comments, like I think you'll find.
Yeah. Have you read it, Kirsty?
The Silmarillion, no, absolutely not. I've not even read Lord of the Rings. I've read The Hobbit, and I've listened to like the BBC radio play of Lord of the Rings.
It's pretty dry. You're better watching videos.
Yeah.
or reels. Scott, I'll ask you the same. Have you read
the
it?
way John Ronald Rule Tolkien intended it? Instagram rules.
Instagram reels.
Not read it. Not read any. No.
Okay.
Yeah, you imagine explaining to somebody who wrote that many books on one story to basically say, and then there's these 12-second things you can watch.
Yeah,
I
yeah.
pretty
This
much got
guy
the
who
gist of it.
wrote a whole language ad alphabet be like, oh, so there's these people that just just sit there in their houses,
Riff off
taking it
it.
apart. Yeah.
The law, though.
We'll get people's guesses up on screen. So we got a big 98, we got an 87, and we got an 83.
I'm worried. I think I've thrown it away on this one.
Well. Let's have a look. So the audience, the actual one for this one came out at 74%.
Thank you. I think the audience will know this and they'll look on high. Oh, this is great.
I was surprised you went for 98%, Kirsty. That's pretty high.
Look,
for a
I
question.
think, yeah, I know. I think I just got excited.
She's a fan girl and she knows what she is.
But yeah, so currently Goose is closest, then Scott, then Kirsty. Wow, we've got a genius in the chat. Bang on.
That sounded so sarcastic.
Yeah. Let's see what the audience average is for this one then. So is he going to get snaked again? 3, 2, 1. 69.5.
Once again, stupid audience. This is so annoying.
We don't have the GIFs on screen, Scott, do we? No. Okay. Well, everyone just enjoy this, savor it. Yes. So for people listening, 69.5 from the audience. So they are closest. Then Goose, and then Scott, and then Kirsty for that one. So once again, from first to second, bump down the table. Well done, audience. People taking part. People listening, you can take part live. You just head on to the website, fill in the form for that week's questions. But yeah, let's
problem.
Let's
This is an
Nice
issue.
0.5.
let's get the scores up so people can see for that one. So Kirsty gets 1, then Scott gets 2, Goose gets 3, audience 4. Again, well done.
I am doing terribly so far.
Well, yeah, 3 questions to go. Could all turn rounds.
You come back.
Who knows?
Don't call it comeback. This is devastating so far.
Okay, I'm excited to see what the other 3 play out like here. This is good for fans of
Tension.
last minute winners.
Underdogs.
Yeah, I have a question. If you could go back in time to any time period, which time period would it be?
Dinosaurs. Mesozoic era.
Okay,
think, like,
Goose,
immediate-
next.
Would you not think that, like, immediately you'd be killed?
Yeah, but okay. I mean,
Hit me with
how
your
many-
caveats.
can we-
Come on.
That's the thing.
Louis
is-
a genie, and you have 3 wishes.
Am I going as now? Like,
Yeah.
if I went back with all the knowledge that I have,
Yep, you can pack a bag. That's fine.
Just as an
and it's like,
aside.
right, there's going to be dinosaurs. There's not going to be much food that I immediately know how to get to.
Yeah.
And
You
can I
can-
come back anytime, or is it just like
No, it's a one-way trip.
Is it like I'm booking a holiday and I have to tell them, right, I'm going for a week?
Nah,
It's a
Just one-way
one-way
trip.
trip.
it's a one-way trip.
Well, that
That's not visit. You're not visiting. Like,
Well, I don't. Scott's leading up to going back and forth a lot here.
just to be clear,
I'll go back
Lou-
last week and pay my council tax on time.
Okay, it can be.
Lou-
You
Lou
can have a
would make a
return.
great
One
genie.
one return.
All I was going to say was Louis would make a great genie, as in, he's so awkward to these things. He'd be the kind of person you'd say this, and you'd be like, great, and you get there and you have no like limbs. It's like, how did this happen?
like proper monkey paw
You got
situation.
to read the fine print.
Should have read the small print.
Okay, yeah, you get a return trip. That's fine. That's fine.
Wow, that's
Okay,
so gracious of him.
Even if not,
Dinosaurs.
I still think, around, I don't know exactly which one, Jurassic, Triassic.
Do you want the
Plas-
ones with like
Plasticine.
T-Rexes?
Maybe not T-Rexes, but like, maybe just like
Diplodocus?
the start of like, not like the single cell creatures, but like when fish start existing and then things start like coming out of the water.
Do you? I mean, stuff goes really slowly back then.
Oh,
You're gonna be.
wild.
You could be there for your whole life.
Which probably isn't that.
And nothing
it's just
would
a drop in the
change.
ocean. Yeah, I know. Okay, give me some cool dinosaurs.
Oh God.
I don't know. I like the ones that fly. Any of the flying ones.
Yeah,
They're
maybe some flying ones.
The
Yeah.
pterodactyls and things like that.
What are you gonna do?
Yeah, there's like one of the
Some sea
there's a
dinosaurs.
really big birdie one.
I mean, I can watch like documentaries in like the 80s and stuff. And like,
Famous.
Just-
The only 2 time periods, people.
I think
Dinosaurs in the 80s.
I would be just to move it on from dinosaurs because I feel like Scott hasn't thought through his answer very well.
okay, very rude.
Dinosaur.
Just
I'm done.
dinosaurs.
No, I'm just thinking like the quality of life probably wasn't bad because there wasn't like much pollution and I mean technology wasn't great, obviously, but do you know what I mean? Like there wasn't any other people to make it bad for you.
Yeah, I mean if you do get like if you say like hurt your leg and get an infection in it, I mean you are probably going to get sepsis and die.
That's
So
something I'm willing to, I guess, not live with for long.
Wow.
something I'm willing to die for.
Fascinating.
For me, it's the 60s. Has to be.
Why?
Well, in classic Back to the Future style, I would know who to like start buying shares in straight away. To be like, buy an Apple, buy in like these different people who are like just setting up and getting going, and be like, yes, so these are the people I need to invest in.
You're a biff.
Yeah, I'm a bit. But also, I'd like to go to the 60s because I just think the 60s has a cool, I think it has a cool vibe about it. It'd be cool to go to some parties in the 60s. It feels like a kind
See
of,
the moon landing,
that like little things like that.
Woodstock.
I could visit there for I think I could take like a solid 2 or 3 years in the mid 60s, mid to late 60s. I think I'd be quite up for that.
Do acid, no questions
'Cause they-
asked.
Well, I'm sure I'd be asking questions, but no, but like also what I want is like working toilets and things like that because I don't think I would do well like being in places that don't have sort of some home comforts.
Okay.
And they've sorted out good cocktails in the 60s. I feel like the 60s would be the place that I probably should be around more. You know, Kirsty?
No,
Wow.
I would
no,
rather
no,
go to the future.
no pushback on that, or
There's no one. I think I've pinpointed exactly where I want to go.
It's a really boring answer. So.
What?
Oh, I'd do Back to the Future, and I'd have some cocktails, and I prefer a Scott.
What? I get killed by a dinosaur immediately.
no.
He's not thought it through, and his is much better.
I've always wanted to go back to the 60s. I think I've thought about that quite a lot.
Yeah. So what's in the chat there? There is a tweet I seen about people traveling back in time, and it's like, oh, you know, guys travel back in time, see their ancestors, whatever, and women travel back in time and get burned alive.
Yeah, which is why I'm choosing the future.
Which part of the future?
See this
Dinosaurs.
also
again?
like yeah,
When
yeah,
the
a good
dinosaurs come
few.
back.
Yeah, once we've burnt the earth and nothing's left and it's restarted.
It's
No, I
reset,
don't know.
so-
It's hard to like want to both be fairly into sci-fi and be horribly pessimistic about the state of the current world and not see it going that way. I would like to go to like a kind of a Star Trek-y future, but I don't know when that would be, and I don't know if I could get there.
So are you talking like we live on another planet sort of thing?
No,
or-
not necessarily. It could be Earth. That's fine. I just also think we're probably gonna destroy Earth, so it probably will be someone else.
Seems to be a pattern.
Mm.
Like hover cars. Probably not the biggest. Probably not the
Oh,
biggest
nice.
pull.
We got hover cars
Maybe
on
maybe
our
like
list.
no cars,
Wow.
all public
No
public
cars.
transport, no cars, walkable cities.
COVID would be an
if there are
absolute nightmare
cities.
in that situation.
Teleportation.
Hover cards.
Yeah, teleportation.
Hover dinosaurs.
Yeah.
I didn't
Yeah.
realize future was an option.
Oh, I
Oh.
didn't. I don't think it was. I just
No.
decided.
I did
fine.
see. I did see a great tweet talking about timelines. It's like, isn't time crazy? It's like it's 1 a.m. in New Zealand and it's 6 a.m. in Rome and it's 1924 in America.
Louis, yours? You've obviously thought long and hard about this.
No.
Ben, what's your answer? Are you going to join me in the
Yeah.
Pleistocene period? Or
Yeah, I'd just go back with Scott.
This is nice.
just to watch me?
All these dinosaurs taste the same.
And also, I like those trees. Those those big trees that are like the ferny ones.
Ferns.
Yeah.
With the
Like
they're not ferns, but they're like with the things coming out the middle.
Megafauna.
Yeah, megafauna.
Nice.
Was there a megafauna period where like the trees just roamed? Well, there was a
Well,
period where
Well, the
Not
trees
really.
didn't roam.
Still,
there was
Probably
a
Kirsty's
period-
timeline.
still a standard root system.
Moss was just covered the whole earth for a while. Moss was like
Moss
the
is
big-
cool
the
though.
big
Moss
winner.
is really interesting.
And then slowly it sort of got eaten. I think it's a real shame for it.
Hungry.
But it's still kicking about. Moss, it's not as if it's gone.
It's a survivor.
This is
Yeah,
true.
it is.
making a comeback for Kirsty's future. The
Yep.
whole world will be carpeted.
That's my dream is carpeted everything, but it's all moss actually.
Inside. I do like those theoretical shows of like, what if all the humans just disappeared today?
Oh, I love that.
Yeah.
That's quite cool.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I watched one a while back. It's like, what if the Earth stops stops spinning? So if the Earth stops spinning, it'd be like, what happens? It's like, well, first off, you get a lot of friction burn. Like you would be skidding on the Earth for a while. It's like, how did I end up in? Well, we would end up in the sea, but like,
Would that make buildings fall down and stuff then? With
yeah,
the
I mean,
amount of
I think they kind of presumed that what would happen is, it would stop immediately and everyone would die. Basically, that's the
Yeah.
long end. That's
Short video.
Short story. But if you were to say it slowed down in a period where you could actually manage it, there'd be real problems, like really
Yeah.
serious issues. Almost.
I
immediately.
used to get scared when I was a young child that Earth would start spinning too fast and I would fall off into
Valid.
space.
It would be awkward because you'd be getting lighter and lighter as it started spinning faster and faster, and you'd be like, "Why am I
Floating away?"
like, and then suddenly, the lighter people go first. Yes, people with less mass would go first.
I guess so.
Is that right?
I don't know.
Or no, would heavy people go first?
I don't know enough about science.
That's a
Yeah.
great quiz question. Please let's write that down.
Sounds
Write
like a
that
very
now.
very wordy quiz question.
So hypothetically,
If,
if
the
Earth
Earth
was to speed up and you weighed XYZ, Would you be the first to? Would you float off before someone?
Based on
that
Kirsty's
wades?
fear as a child.
Yeah. I'm aware this is going back to my old quiz questions, old days.
Paragraphs.
It took me half an hour to read out a quiz question.
Like a story.
Question 3 is not about floating off into space. Surprisingly.
This is a deeply disappointing podcast so far.
Question 3. What was the name of the Charlie Chaplin satirical film that focused on the rise of Nazi Germany? So question 3. What was the name of the Charlie Chaplin satirical film that focused on the rise of Nazi Germany? Answer and percentage for this one. Please. Okay, different faces.
Some heavy thinking faces going on as well.
Thinking those heavy thoughts.
Yeah.
I want to know how harsh we were being on this question.
Well, you've got the time machine.
Were we being harsh on this question? I know I was usually quite harsh on this question.
Also, sorry for cutting you off with the noise before, Kirsty. I didn't. think you
That's
were gonna
okay.
start
I didn't realize the the noise was coming.
I felt really bad. I was like,
Play her off. Okay, we good? We good?
I'm good now.
Okay.
Yeah, next time just a big hook comes and drags me off the screen instead. Yes, I'm good.
Good now. Yeah, I'm good now. I think this is the end of my run. This is it. I think, unless you've been really harsh in the marking, I think it's the end of my run.
that makes me question what your answer is.
Yeah.
Well, let's see what everyone put. Let's hear what everyone put. So, Kirsty, you've said
The great dictator, 85%.
85%
Almost exactly the same thing.
logged. Kirsty, sorry, Kirsty's done it. Goose next.
I said exactly the thing. The great put into it, and this is what I mean by harsh marking. Dictator. If people just wrote the dictator, were they getting it?
Well, it's not the title.
57%. I said.
57. Scott.
I just read the dictator.
And I think
And what percentage?
76.
76%.
It's some very nice writing as well, Scott.
Thank you.
I think we did, because the dictators is the
Sacha Baron Cohen
Sacha Baron Cohen film,
Right.
and I think if people just wrote the dictator, I don't think we were giving it.
Okay, that's fair.
So I wonder if it might be quite low. And I'm really hoping that's the case because I've written way lower than everyone else. So, sorry, I've overridden.
Yeah, so for this one, the answer is The Great Dictator for that one.
There we go.
So you would both get points, I suppose. Scott wouldn't.
Oh, okay.
So you would you mark that harshly? Would you say?
I would. for
Yeah,
sure.
yeah. Your logic there makes
you went-
sense to me.
I wouldn't say that was a harsh. I wouldn't say that was a harsh marking because it's
I
not
know. On
the.
a film title, I agree.
Yeah.
Sometimes on a music round, I would be. I'm much more lenient on music than I am on film. Film
Yeah.
titles, I'm like, it's a film title.
If you went to
Yeah.
Blockbuster, if you went back to a time period where Blockbuster still
That's the
existed,
time
and you
period
asked
we're
for the
going back to.
dictator-
Time machine.
if you ask for the dictator, you get the Sacha Baron Cohen film.
Yeah, I mean,
Mm-hmm.
it'd be. Yeah, you're right.
Just a 1 week window.
I don't think. I was going to say, I don't think those periods overlapped.
If there was a crossover.
Okay, so
I assume if I'm going back in time, so is Sacha Baron Cohen to make
Right.
that. So
it's a double act, yeah. Yeah, The Great Dictator for that one. So we got
no, I'd say
57,
too low.
76, 85. The percentage for this one came out at 50.3.
It's right there.
unbelievable.
No, you know what the worst thing is? Before I had written down at 52. Did you see that, Louis?
No.
Correct.
If this comes out between 57 and 53,
Betwixt.
50.3, I'll be so
It does.
gutted.
I hope it does.
So the audience
Audience.
average, yeah, currently, so we're looking good for Goose, then Scott, then Kirsty. The audience average for this one came out at 69.6.
Come on, let's go. It's back on track.
So Goose is closest, then the audience. They've switched round, and then Scott, and then Kirsty in their normal position.
I've never been more pumped for a game that we
Comfortable.
played in DKHPQ.
Scott, we might as well not be playing.
No, don't say that. There's still 2 questions to go.
Things this is. I'm really far too pumped to get.
Yeah. So a bit higher from the audience there for their average for that one.
Yeah, they're smart. The audience. Our audience are quite smart.
Yeah. I mean, they're doing me proud. I just don't like where I'm positioned.
I think that Charlie Chaplin questions, people think that people should know the answers to them, but I don't think it's well known.
Yeah. Yeah, that's probably quite accurate as well.
I suppose it depends age-wise as well on the people that are
Yeah.
playing.
I remember
think they're-
I've read that out to places, and it's been like as if you're reading it out to completely blank.
Charlie Hoops.
Yeah.
Well, like
Yeah.
everyone knows who Charlie Chaplin is in the sense like people know the name Charlie Chaplin, but like naming more than maybe like, I mean, naming more than 1 or 2 of his films.
I probably couldn't.
Yeah, we were looking through the top 250 IMDb films, and there's quite a few of them on that. And we were looking through it with Alice, my stepmom, not my stepmom, my mother-in-law, sorry. And it was. She was like, oh yeah, that was a really good one, and that's really good as well. It's really good. I was like, I've never seen any of these films. I've never watched any of them. So it is maybe something I feel like I should watch them at some point soon. I say that about all those films though.
Go for it.
Warren's been going on a kick because he's got the Criterion collection of watching like 1930s pre-code movies.
Ooh.
Pre-code.
Chunks of pre-code. So it's like when they were allowed to be like slightly
Yeah.
racier before they brought in rules about what you could have in
Some
Hollywood and
sexy
stuff.
1930 films.
Yeah, no,
Okay.
there's a whole leg in this one.
Well, we
you
know
know.
what era he's going back to. He would fit in so well as well. Let's move on.
Let's.
I have a question. I got recently a little bit addicted. I had a holiday recently, and when I get a holiday, what I like to do is get a new game on my phone. When I have some time off,
Yeah.
I like to get a new game, and the new game tends to be just. I found a new one that I absolutely love, and there's a reason I love it. So a while back, my game of choice was, I think it's called Metro. Metro. The one with, like Metro City or Mini Metro.
Yeah.
And you have to it's like a tram network, and you have to make the tram network work and organize the stations in the right places and put the lines going to the right places. And the one I've got that's new is another organization game. I just like organization. I like things to be organized. That's basically what I'm at. And this one's a package one where you basically have to set out things in a city with hubs and then put things in places so that they all get the right amount going to their hubs at each point. And then if you get overloaded, you lose.
Like Purple Palace.
Like what?
Purple. Do you remember that game that used to be on Windows XP?
No.
It was like, oh, this person wants this cake, so you got to put this
Yes,
color
I do
icing.
remember that. Yeah. It's not quite
Probably
like
not
that.
like that.
It's like a top-down. It's like an objective perspective view, and 45-degree kind of situation, and you can move around. That's always my kind of style of game. Love it.
Okay.
Really struggling to get off it after the holiday, which is my issue.
Well,
Games on the phones. That's what I'm looking for.
I downloaded the game called I Love Hugh. Hue. It's not
Nice.
Yeah.
not like Hugh Grant. And you have to, I don't know. So you get a gradient,
Yeah.
and then you see the gradient, and then they're all boxes of different colors, and then they get mixed up, and then you have to put them back in the order.
That sounds good.
I mean, I can show you. It's obviously not a very audio one, but you can always go back and
Watch the live stream.
Or just download it.
Yeah.
you could download it. Yeah, I don't know how to get into it. Okay, so you get something like that.
Oh, I do.
Oh,
and you
I
have to
like
put 'em
that
all
a
into
lot.
Gradient.
All
I do like
right.
that. And so what? If you just press one to another, it switches.
Yeah. Boop 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 boop.
Whoa.
And then you have to put them in, and then based on it's based on everyone who's played that round. Then you get like a percentage, and like, oh, you're in the top percentage for this one.
I like that a lot as well.
Good marking system.
Yeah.
Thank you.
So
It is.
that's probably because I always look for good mobile games, but then they're just too ad heavy, and I always get sick
Yeah,
of them.
hate
Just
that.
delete.
So I pay the thing for Google Play Pass, so as I don't have to pay for ads. Don't have to see ads. Which
Oh.
it's like £3 something a month.
Okay.
Which I was like, I'd buy a pint and much happier. Like
Not
spending
seeing
that amount of
ads.
money not seeing ads the whole time because it makes me so infuriated, angry.
It is. It's but I guess that's how they make money. The only app I've ever paid for was Heads Up,
Oh yeah, actually I paid for that as well.
which annoys me that it's Ellen, but yeah.
Yeah,
otherwise.
agreed.
Next,
Louis, Kirsty, which either of you got a burning phone app that you play a lot?
I've maybe had one game in my phone in about 10 years.
And you still play it?
No, I've not touched it in about 5 years.
So,
is
wait, can I have a guess what it would be?
It's probably an easy guess.
Clash of
Football
Clans.
Manager,
No.
Worms Mobile,
No.
Is it like, was it a big game?
Yeah.
Flappy Birds.
No.
Stick Cricket,
Angry Birds.
No.
Solitaire,
No.
Sudoku,
Missing
Wordle,
pretty big one that came out.
Wordle,
A pretty big mobile game.
Angry
Came out.
Birds. What can you give us like a? Is it a like strategy game?
There was a lot
No.
of big games that came out.
Okay, can you give us the category? Minecraft,
No.
Tetris,
No.
Pac-Man,
No.
Are we talking like a classic game?
No. Well,
Metroid Mobile,
no.
Mini. What's the one you said?
Mini Metro.
There we go. Someone's got it.
Pokemon Go.
Yeah.
You don't still play it?
No.
What about all your
Surprisingly.
Pokemon?
Surprisingly.
You're not a mobile gamer though. You have your console that you like playing games on.
Yeah. Play stuff on the PlayStation. But don't use my phone for any gaming really at all.
Business only.
Yeah, nothing.
Like it.
It's fair enough.
Nothing but music and business y things.
That's fair.
Fair enough. Kirsty?
I mean, my most used app probably isn't, other than messaging and social medias and stuff. It's probably actually Duolingo.
Oh,
But-
what are you duolingoing?
Gaelic.
Oh,
Nice. Can you rattle some off?
Ha Gaelic. Bekacum. Gimana hahu. I was just asked you how you were. I said I have a little Gaelic, and I asked you how you were.
good stuff.
Well, thank
I
you.
can imagine you
That's it.
saying that to the cows.
Yeah.
Because we know
Bo.
that they speak Gaelic.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Highland cows.
Bo is cow.
But no
Um,
games, just language games.
Solitaire. I'll play Solitaire.
Okay.
That's about it. I got really obsessed with Solitaire for a while. I played it
Actually, so did
constantly.
I got really into solitaire, trying to get a speed solitaire. I
Yeah.
got really into speed solitaire.
Yeah. I like it. But I don't really play a ton of games on the
Uh,
phone. I'm a console gamer more than a phone gamer, isn't it?
The reason I get into games is because often I'm doing things on my computer which take my whole computing power and will take it for like 10 minutes to do something like updating a whole data set or something. And so then I'm like, cool, can't do anything on this computer, and I'm sitting here, phone.
That's why I crochet.
You crochet.
I crochet.
Okay.
Yeah.
The one I'm on at the moment is called Packaging.
An offline game. In your mini.
Even
Metro.
the icons look identical. Look at those two.
It annoys me.
Mini Metro, they're the same thing.
Smart.
It annoys me how similar Slack and Google Podcast icons
Oh my
are.
god, same. There are so many times that I've opened Slack when I meant to open Google Podcasts or the other way around.
Do
It
you use
really
Google
pisses me
Podcasts?
off.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Is it good?
It's okay.
Well, that's a glowing
It
endorsement.
seems like there should be more on there.
Well,
Yeah,
wherever you're
I
listening,
agree.
let us know.
And it's not like the user interface isn't.
Right.
I don't think it's.
No, it's not. It's
Apart from
I-
those two things.
Apple Podcast was better when I had an iPhone. I preferred using Apple Podcasts. I don't like using Spotify because I use Spotify for work too much. So when I switch between music and podcasts, I lose what I am
Yeah.
in
fair.
like the whole stream of when I've gone back to listen to a podcast, like hundreds of episodes deep.
Yeah. I use Pocket Casts and pay a subscription for it actually, because it goes across all my devices, so it's like I can get to it quickly on my like web or wherever I'm going. So that's really handy.
Shakira.
Whenever, whatever.
Question 4. Buckle up, everyone. Clean those whiteboards.
I have to get one.
It's on. It's on.
Scott, comeback's on. Question 4. What sport did James Naismith invent in a Massachusetts YMCA in 1891? So, question 4. What sport did James Naismith invent in a Massachusetts YMCA in 1891? For question 4. Answer and percentage. Messages with your favorite phone games or things we'd enjoy. I just started Duolingo for Italian.
Oh, really?
Oh, nice.
Are you going to
Bellissimo.
Italy?
No.
Not anymore.
Well, there we
Four,
go.
How's it going?
4 lessons, I'm done.
Nice.
You got,
No, it's fine.
You
Did they,
completed
teach,
it.
did they teach you this first?
High score.
Sorry,
Yeah.
just for all the podcasters, you can imagine the hand action I just made there. if you don't know the hand action I just made there, you probably you wouldn't get the joke anyway. So
Yeah, it's good. It's good. It's nice to. Italian seems a slightly slower pace to speak than Spanish.
it doesn't sound slower paced. Italian sounds like a really fast language.
I mean, yeah. Any fluent in a foreign
No,
language.
but there's
sounds
languages that sound fast.
fast. True. That's
Like
true.
Russian sounds fast.
French sounds a bit slower.
True.
I think
Yes.
it's more like
I think like Swedish as well. It's a very nice language to listen to if you
Yeah.
if you know any Swedish people. I'm 3 days off a year on Dutch.
nice.
And can you speak Dutch?
Nay.
Oh,
Hey.
wow.
That was a lie.
That means 9.
There's a lot of similar words in English. Like apple. It's just the last 2 letters are flipped around. Anyway,
Apple?
no.
What?
Still apple.
Isn't that the same in German as well? Like Appelsap is like apple juice, isn't it?
I think so.
That's my favorite videos as well, by the way, reels. It's people saying a word in English, a word in another language, and then someone saying it in German. Krankenhaus. So, oh, you've really developed a real love language here.
Yeah. Oh, that's good. If anyone's got any phrases they want translated into Dutch,
Nope.
Scott can do it.
Right.
So, answer percentage.
I'm getting really tense here. This is a problem.
Question 4. Show me what you got.
Oh, I think I've done badly here, according to the chat.
Ooh.
Right. So, let me type this in. So, Goose, you went for
Basketball,
and
78%.
78%. Then Scott,
Basketball.
Yeah.
67%.
67%. Kirsty,
Basketball, 49%.
49%. Okay. So, yeah, everyone's in. It is basketball for that one. So well done, everyone. Off the mark.
I'm
Let's
really stressed.
we'll get your guesses up. So yeah, we got a sub 50, we got a 67, and we got 78. 49, 67, 78.
What else
That's
did you
quite a-
say
that's quite a
for this
split.
answer?
I think the YMCA.
I think
don't
I
know,
might
people.
be too low.
Yeah, people. I think maybe like volleyball, netball. Yeah.
I'm nervous it's too low.
Do you know what I just realized?
What?
That when I look at other people's percentages, I hate when it's so far away, but I also hate when it's really close.
You hate other people's percentages.
I think so. I think so.
No, I actually think I hate it worse when they're really close to me, because then it feels like when it is
Easily
close,
snaked.
you're like only a couple of % away. Whereas if it's really far away, you're like, I just got that one wrong. Like that's no problem.
Yeah.
That's true.
That's been my feeling throughout this whole thing so far.
Kirsty's feeling fine for this one.
Yeah.
So the actual 49, 67, 78. The actual one came out at 78.2.
Yes, let's go.
That's why I didn't want to play this
How-
episode.
Scott, if you hadn't played this episode, then it would have looked worse for me.
If they snake me on this one, by the way, if this is a snake on this one, I might
hope so.
actually walk off this podcast. If the audience get me here, it's over. Like
Oh.
2.2%.
So the audience average is 60.3. So they went a bit lower too. So Goose gets closest, Scott, in second place for this one. So 1 point to Kirsty.
Yes,
2
Scott.
points to the audience, 3 to Scott, 4 to Goose for that one.
You know, I don't know if it's better or worse that I at least get 1 point for being in last. Part of me feels like it might be worse than just getting nothing each time.
You're doing it. Oh. Right.
But yeah, I mean, Goose is looking at percentages all day, every day. So
That's true.
we need some sort of handicap system.
I've not done any percentage work for a while on this stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Louis looks at the percentages more than I do.
I mean, you still do a lot more than what we do.
Yeah, I'm not taking part though.
Yeah, we saw how that went last week.
Yeah, don't try and defend yourself with a non-player.
Yeah.
No, I don't know. I think this has been a very fun week, I would say, in my mind, because I don't think I've ever fired this well on the podcast.
Doing pretty good. Doing pretty good.
Top up the beer, make sure I'm good, make sure this is all running. Look, there is a lot of beans on the line on this Twitch chat. Maybe that's what I really work on. I don't work under pressure well.
Pressure.
I'm not good under pressure. I know that.
Bum 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 bada bum bum.
I play golf with guys who tell me, like, who can get in my head, like Roscoe, and sorry, who's a friend that we know quite well. You met Roscoe before, yeah. And he can get in my head, and as soon as that happens, it's like it's over. I can't play golf anymore. Oh, may as well not be holding a club.
Oh well, no pressure going into the final question then, but it's all to play for.
Yes.
But speaking of rugby,
Sorry, just 2 seconds.
Scott, what have you been up to?
I started playing tag rugby, and I've already injured myself playing it.
Aww.
In the first game, I played against Aina, actually, who's been on the podcast. I went to slow myself down by dragging my foot, and I pulled an adductor muscle.
What's an adductor muscle?
It's one of the ones on the inside of your thigh that brings your leg into the middle.
Is it like your groin?
Pretty much, yeah. Yeah, one of, yeah. So that wasn't nice. Because I didn't really.
How long into the session are we talking? This is your first session.
This is the first game. First half of the first game.
Oh.
Scott.
It wasn't, not great.
Would you call yourself an injury prone person?
Now, yes.
You didn't think you used to be?
I mean,
When you played soccer.
I've had bad injuries in the past, so I think
Yeah.
maybe like smaller injuries. I don't think much. Also, because I'm quite good at fixing them myself. If you want to go through a list of injuries, I almost broke my toe once playing futsal because I kicked the ball with my like all the force went into my big toe. Yeah. I kicked the bottom of someone's studs once, and now you like say if I like that, like my knuckles on my foot, one of them's non-visible.
Sunk in.
As I got
Okay.
pushed down. Yeah, almost tore one of my hip flexors off the bone.
Ugh.
I would start with that.
Yeah, that was the
He's
worst.
working his way up here.
That one's still affected. But yeah, so I tore my
Eyelash
Toe.
in my eye once.
Toe knuckles, hip flexor,
head
and-
came off. Yeah, but I mean,
Is it like touch though? Are you a fan of it? Tag
Yeah.
rugby. Is
Yeah.
it different to touch?
yes. I
Is-
don't know how.
you
because
have
I've never
flags?
played. Yeah, we got
And
tags.
You have like
Flag rugby.
you have like a belt with flags on it.
No, it's
Tags.
like a pair of shorts with two Velcro bits, two Velcro tabs.
Oh right, so you put on the shorts,
And then the tags have Velcro on it.
and there's 2 tags.
Yep, one on each
short-
side.
and you have to get both of them.
Nah, just one.
That doesn't teach good 2-arm tackle technique for rugby.
Well, that's a big part of it. But no, because I played OzTag for we call it OzTag in Australia, of course. Like 2 games in school, and that was fun. And then I wanted to do something more like
Is that tag
social
rugby or
Yeah.
football?
rugby.
Okay.
That's
Yeah.
confusing.
Or like
I've been keen to
Aussie
get-
rules football.
Oh no, it's more like it's more like rugby.
Right, yeah.
With like passing backwards and
Yeah,
everyone runs
I
on the line.
understand.
I don't, so thank you.
So and I wanted to do something by myself, like not with a friends group or something, to meet new people. And so that was good. Played 40 minutes tag rugby, spent 3 hours in the pub.
That sounds like a rugby
And
that
that's
I
it.
know.
How long till you go back?
next Tuesday.
Oh,
But
right.
I told him I can't play next Tuesday because I have to get my leg right.
So you're gonna supervise.
I might gotta take some photos.
Oh,
Yeah, that'd be nice.
And where are you gonna share where this session is?
It's at Inverleith Park.
Right.
It's the first Scottish tag rugby tournament.
Oh,
Oh,
nice.
nice.
It's not to do with the fee bands, is it?
No,
Because that's who Aina plays for, is the
yeah,
rugby team he
no.
plays for.
It's a. I guess it's a company called Tri Tag Rugby. They're like
Oh,
big
right,
in
yeah,
big
yeah.
in England.
Yeah.
And I think tag rugby is quite big in Ireland as well. But there's been no competitions in Scotland, so they decided to come.
Oh,
here.
Oh wow! So you could end up representing Scotland.
Yeah, that's the plan. That's the plan.
A friend of mine used to play touch rugby for Scotland.
Very cool.
And it's I couldn't believe how serious the setups they do for like their plays and things like
Yeah.
that. Like it's insane. They'll
It's so fast paced.
like, oh yeah, like all the guys that play that, everyone that plays that, because it's a mixed sport, you know.
Yeah.
And they all the people that play it are just like wire thin, like,
Yeah.
like nothing on them,
Yeah.
and it's all quite small.
You just don't need bulk in like the actual big rugby. What do you call it?
Mate.
Full contact rugby.
You got it right.
Big rugby. Big
rugby.
That's how I used to play. But yeah, no, I used to watch a few games of that, and it was like the way they set it up, the plays, was like work them over the field, work them over the field, work them over the field, and then someone just runs from like the back of the pitch, the full length, so they're at full sprint, and then get the ball and try and get through a tiny gap, and then it's like, oh, didn't do it. So then it's like, right, set up for another 10 minutes.
Yeah, yeah.
It sounds like fun though.
It's good. I scored in my first game. So.
Oh, nice.
Was everyone like classic Aussie comes down here, shows us all how it's done?
It's like, oh, you played before. It's like, I played soccer.
Have I? Well, how many scores in a game normally?
Well, the first game we lost 9-8.
Okay,
Is it just like the ball goes down over the line and that's it?
that's 1 point.
Yeah, yeah.
Right.
So it's 1 point for guys, 2 points for ladies.
Okay.
In like an attempt to make it more, like to get them more included.
Yeah.
And our second game, it was like 1-1 at halftime, and then I think we lost like 12-1. So it was quite
Oh,
bad.
was this after you went off?
Yeah. Well, no, it wasn't me, but it was just I feel
Okay.
like
No, Scott, you've said enough.
they definitely put a team together, whereas I registered as a player and got put into a team with a lot of people who hadn't played before. So,
Right, I see.
Yeah.
Right.
So I think they just kind of like, I was like, all right, well, let's.
And so now are you with that team? Is that
Yep.
like who you? Oh, that's really nice.
Yeah.
And so what are you called? Have you got like? Did you say the team name? Brilliant! Can't wait for this. Cannot wait. Scotty's Heroes.
It's I don't know how to play tag rugby.
Brilliant.
Yeah, I hate
That
it.
you must have been there, being like, I am a quiz host, and know how bad you can be for naming a team.
Yeah. All the teams are like bad rugby puns unless people registered their own teams.
Brilliant.
One's like how I tagged your mother.
That's a fantastic team name.
Okay.
So yeah, if anyone
Oh,
wants to
nice.
come and
So you went to the
watch
pub
me on the sideline.
with your team or with every other team?
Every other team.
Oh,
That's awesome.
Nice. Get fed, get some drinks.
hey.
Oh, that's lovely.
I really like that kind of stuff.
It was good. It was good.
That's it.
Enjoy it.
Plays one game, gets his legs out for everyone.
That's it.
Look at it.
That's the plan. It was all the shorts that was the draw. That's
Those
for me.
calves are going to be like popping
Check
pretty
them out.
soon. Yeah.
I'll do a progress
Progress pop.
post. Yeah.
Take a picture at the same time of day every day, just of your calves.
Exactly. Exactly.
Okay, so the final question, question 5. All to play for some people. Question 5. Titan is the largest moon of which planet? So answer percentage. Titan is the largest moon of which planet? For question 5. Let's get this up. Hey, very serious.
I'm ready.
There he is. Quick. He's hurt himself. He's injured himself.
I think I'm good.
The tag career is dealt another blow.
No, I'm not good.
Do you want to play any other tag sports? Tag American football? That seems like it should be a thing. Touch?
I used to want to play American football.
Yeah.
I think it is a thing.
Okay.
I feel like I'm probably not fast enough to play touch rugby. Tag rugby, there's the chance of people missing the tags.
Yeah, that's
The
really
chance of
good.
people missing my body is like a lot less.
We used to play 2-hand touch, so you had to touch with 2 hands. So it was more like people dove for the touch, as opposed to just like getting a finger on you.
Yeah,
which did work well.
yeah.
But yeah, and I genuinely, when you spoke about it, I was like, I really want to come and do this now. So I might come down. And are you still able to?
There'll be a summer comp.
Ooh,
I think registration's closed now, but
Right.
there'll be a summer comp.
I can come and watch and shout. I get really animated on the sideline.
Yeah,
How many in a team?
7 on the pitch.
Oh, so it's like sevens.
Yep. I think
it a full
like
pitch?
11. Nah, it's halves.
Right.
We play left to right, like wing to wing.
Yeah. I see. Okay.
I think we have like 11 in our team.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
Rolling subs, I imagine.
Some people don't like to sub, so
Oh.
Oh.
I like coming off. Yeah. Let's go. it's interesting.
Oh, some tension already.
My answer. I'm not convinced.
Okay,
No,
answer
I've written it down, so it's happening.
and percentage. Let's run through what everyone's put. So, Goose, we'll start with you. You said
Saturn and 48%.
48. And then Scott?
Jupiter, 93%.
Oh no, it's over. I've thrown it away in the last round.
Kirsty?
Jupiter and 66%.
66. I mean, first of all, Scott, what?
Oh no, I can't believe this.
I thought it was just like,
It's Jupiter.
I mean, I'm
Well, we'll find out, won't we?
I'm 93% sure it
It's
is.
it's Saturn.
It's Saturn.
Oh, is it actually?
Yeah.
Oh no.
And that's what I thought everyone thought. I think everyone thinks it's Jupiter.
Okay.
And it is Saturn because it's
I obviously went there to get more stupider.
Titan is the moon. No, it's the one below Titan that everyone thinks is going to be, there could be life on. But they've not been able to do an investigation yet of. I've forgotten what it's called. Oh, it might be Titan, actually. It might be Titan. There's a really good atmosphere on it.
Okay.
Real good vibes.
I'm really nervous. I've gone really too low.
I hope it's still like 92.
This is what I walked into Scott doing, by the way. Just to be clear, Scott's sitting in a kind of like, the thinker, the statue of the thinker. Scott's looking like that, and as I walked into the opposite day, it's like, hi, hi. Work appropriate,
Gotta keep
positions.
these hips mobile.
It's fair.
Okay, so let's get these answers on screen. So 66 from Kirsty, then we've got 48 from Goose, and 93 from Scott.
If I'm still somehow last in this, I'll be really pissed off.
Somehow.
It's gonna be 92. I'm confident.
Okay. So the percentage for this one came out at 59.6.
Oh, well,
Kirsty.
Kirsty.
So currently Kirsty's closest,
And then Scott.
and then Goose, and then Scott, I think.
Oh, they're gonna get this away from me.
So we can see what the audience put. The audience average for this one came out at
Oh.
66.7.
Me in the audience, we were pretty close.
Big congratulations to Kirsty, who's closest for
Well
that
played,
one.
Kirsty.
Second,
Thank you very much. I keep my talents hidden until right at the end.
yeah, if this was 10 questions, she'd come on form for the next 5.
Maybe.
It
Maybe.
takes 4 to get warmed up.
3
and
away
then,
from everyone.
then second, the audience, and then third, Goose, and fourth, Scott for that one. So we'll just get the the points on screen.
There we go.
So there we go. Well done.
All right. I can't do my maths in this.
Well, that's made up for all of the last places I've gotten so far. I'm happy with my performance.
Stupid game.
So yeah, we can do the final standings, and then people watching live just now, we can do the overall standings too after that. So you can see how everyone got on submitted. So we can see the overall scores for people. Anyone confident?
I wonder if we've tied.
I think it could go either way. I think it
I
could
think
be.
we might have tied.
What happens in a tie?
I don't know.
What happens to the beans?
I think the prediction gets voided.
Wait,
But-
No.
a tie between who? You and the audience.
Yeah.
Right.
Scott. You thought you had a chance.
Scott,
Tie between me and
what-
Scott at the
what kind
bottom.
of confidence are you feeling at the moment?
There's still a chance. He's not.
I'm-
He's not read out my name yet.
I'm very sure of something.
So in fourth place on 8 points, we've got Kirsty.
Hey.
Yeah, that makes sense. Makes sense. Thank you.
2 points ahead of Kirsty. And on 10 points in third place, we've got Scott.
Very nice, very nice.
Thank you so much. Tried hard. Played fair.
And the business end, the top two. So
Louis already knows.
yes. So 8 points, 10 points, and then we've got a tie for first, both on 16 points.
Ah.
Goose in the audience, both in 16 points.
Very well played, audience. Very well played.
That
Very
is
well played.
that's double.
Wow.
That's double my score.
You were.
Yeah,
Very
and you got full points in the last
well
one too.
played. Oh, that was so tight.
Yeah, very close, very close.
Right to the wire.
Yeah,
right
it came
there.
down to question 5 there. So good work.
Do you want, I know I'll see this, but and I know I said I wrote it down so I wouldn't change it, and I was going to change my 4 to a 5, and I would have won. That's so stupid.
Woulda, shoulda,
I
coulda.
was going to move on mine as well.
Oh,
Yeah,
those,
yeah.
yeah,
Scott was
yeah,
going to say
yeah.
less than 93.
Yeah.
Yeah, I had actually planned on putting the exact right percentage for each of my answers, and I thought that'd be too easy for the rest of you, so I made it harder for myself.
I mean, it would make us the most hilarious quiz hosts if we all knew exactly the percentages of all the questions.
Yeah. So yeah, that's the end of that part. That's maybe a good idea for the prediction anyway.
Mm.
I'm impressed. I thought that was good from the audience. Audience is definitely stepping up.
Wow, he's patronising you there.
I do think the
You
audience.
guys are really doing better this week.
I do think they are doing a lot. Do you know how many people were in the audience today? Of the audience scores.
11.
No, I think that number just creeps up every time. We're starting to just see it be a bit more like, let's get a bit tighter. Because they got a point 1 away today.
Yeah.
Yeah,
That's
Yeah.
good.
pretty.
That's good.
That's pretty impressive. Well, if you want to be part of the audience, you're very welcome to. We want you to be part of this podcast. So we're going to be putting up the percentage form on our social medias on the Thursday, usually before the Friday when we record. We record on Friday afternoons. We're usually going live around about 3:30, and the podcast starts recording at 4. So you've got time to chat to us before the podcast. But the podcast form goes live on Thursdays with 5 questions. You guess the percentages, and you get to compete individually as well as part of the audience average. Like today, we had a pretty exciting one. It went through right down to the wire, and it can happen pretty regularly. But after this, we're going to see how everyone actually did individually as well. So see how everyone got on an individual basis. So it might be
The
good,
debrief.
bad. We'll see how it goes. But that'll be in the debrief. But do follow along, share it with your friends, tell everyone about it. We really enjoy getting people involved with what's going on. And so do get involved. Is there more information to give out?
No, Scott's just stroking his legs.
Just love wearing shorts.
So one last at Kirsty, have you enjoyed being back on the podcast?
Yeah. Although I feel like I'm missing out, not being in the office, missing out on this leg chat for one.
Yeah. I'll
That's
be
big,
honest.
big time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Some photos.
I don't think it.
Yes, thank you.
I'll send you some photos.
I'll get a live cam up. Knee cam.
Scott's knee views.
And yeah, no, it's an absolute pleasure having you here once again for the podcast, and we'll have you here again soon, I'm sure. We've got a few weeks of switch arounds of people who's going to be here and who's not going to be here, but for now, we will leave the podcast at that. Thank you so much for joining us once again for some podcast and percentage game action for GQ HQ PQ, Goose's headquarters podcast. It has been a pleasure having you here, and I'll say goodbye from me and from Scott.
Bye.
From Kirsty.
And bye-bye.
And from Louis.
Bye.
And goodbye from us all. Thanks very much for joining us. Goodbye.